Ottawa's plan to bolster Canada's fleet of Arctic patrol ships is running full steam ahead. Federal cabinet ministers have already announced some details of the contract to build the ships, but embarrassing cost overruns for the military have prompted the government to be much more careful about the final costs when it comes to this project. Ross Lord reports.
What I would say to you is that
sometimes it's what politicians don't say that's revealing, like this week's announcement that the design phase of the shipbuilding project is getting underway.
Just this morning, we signed a definition contract for the Arctic offshore patrol vessels, and it's been awarded, of course, to Irving Shipbuilding.
While admitting most of the design work will be outsourced to Denmark, the players avoided a larger question. How many ships will be built in Halifax? When the Irving-owned yard won the bid, 21 new combat ships were promised at a cost of $25 billion. A year and a half later, roasted over the F-35 budgeting fiasco, the government is avoiding specifics.
Through the design phase, we have substantive costs going forward before the build. So at that time, we will have a better sense.
And there's another troubling indicator. The recent report by Parliamentary Budget Officer Kevin Page. He says the government underestimated the cost of 2 joint support ships to be built on the West Coast by at least $1.5 billion.
Yeah, that raises risk of program failure.
If the math is off target for the much larger East Coast project, defense analysts predict fewer ships, undercutting the promise of thousands of long-term jobs. Or ships with less capability than the government wants for things like reinforcing its claim for Arctic sovereignty. But Defense Minister Peter MacKay is dodging any difference between promises and results.
The intention here is to, within the envelope, build as many ships as possible. I think everyone would understand that. And to be very clear, this is a new capability. So if we only had one more ship, that would be one more than we have right now.
With the upcoming federal budget, another potential wrench in the plan, unbridled optimism has been replaced by caution. Ross Lord, Global News, Halifax.